All right, hello everyone, and welcome to a quick step-by-step guide on how to um, get 7BG, aka 7B Golden, aka Chapter 7 B B-side Golden, aka Summit B-side Golden. All right, here we go. Um, so I just did a video of a pretty okay run, nothing special. As you can see, I already have the golden berry here, so hopefully this will help you out. Let me make sure um, OBS is capturing my cursor. Okay, cool. Um, so basically, just going to show you what it's like when you restart with the golden berry. One thing you can do is just do a hyper dash here, and that way you can go into this section really easily. Because when you restart with the gold berry, you're going to restart right here. So you can just jump up and do that hyper dash. But I'll be going without the golden berry for obvious reasons. I want to die so I can teach you some stuff. A lot of this stuff is pretty right here. If you saw that, you don't want to really dash sideways here because it means that this up jump needs to be full all the way, and then you could side dash. Um, so really don't recommend that. What I do recommend is doing a diagonal dash, as I showcased there. That lets you get it every time. For this spring right here, just let the spring push you back to about here. Don't go immediately into this next spring because you'll hit the spikes and die. You can do hyper dashes and super dashes across some of these transitions. For this one right here, I know this is a little bit difficult for some people. So the way I did it is I just let it bring me out to about right here. I dash up, then I dash right, and it just works. There's really no science behind it or anything. I guess you just kind of get used to it. It's just one of those things you learn after playing this level for so long. Just for reference, this took me around 30 hours to clear this golden. So it is the hardest thing in Celeste pre-farewell golden, pre-farewell. I don't know how far hard farewell is yet. I haven't played it yet, but yeah. This part's pretty easy. You don't need to hug this side wall here. You can just immediately dash into this, save you a little bit of time. This right here, I wait until Madeline falls below this, just holding left up here when you come off of the arc of your jump after Madeline throws you upward. Just wait until Madeline is underneath the spikes by a good amount, and then you can line this up really easily. Just a left dash and an up dash, and it's super consistent. Um, all right, moving on to this. This is pretty bog standard stuff. I'll speed it up a little bit. Right here, good thing to show you. Right here. Okay, so if you do that too early, do you see where Madeline stopped? You can see her after image right here. Um, she stopped about right here, which means that she's probably not going to be able to grab this wall right here. And the reason why that happened is that I didn't do the fullest of jumps. I did a pretty full jump, but not like the most I could do. And then my dashes were super quick. I didn't let myself get the most of my dashes. So to remedy this issue and not have to worry about this obstacle ever again, and whether you might go into the spikes, make sure you do a full jump and then two full dashes. And you can see Madeline got way more height on the wall there. This right here, I like to do an extended super dash there or hybrid. I don't remember the difference, just to gain some height. The rest of this is super self-explanatory. You can maybe do a demo dash between the space between this and this, but it's not really worth it. Right here. Okay. So I always like to just hybrid. I don't remember the difference, and I'm not going to look it up and torture you guys. I don't remember the difference. Just do that. Get there a little bit faster. Right here, you want to wait for the block for a second just to start coming back down. That way you don't accidentally hit yourself into those spikes. Right here, the only thing you want to be careful of is getting too high on the spikes here. Do you see how just by me while jumping up off of these, it got me a little bit more height? And see how dangerously close I am to hitting these spikes? You don't want that to happen. So be mindful of where you are on these platforms here so you don't get a stupid death so early into the run. Basic stuff, the dream jumps. I don't think there's anything too fanciful here. Right here. Okay, so this is the part. Um, so there's two ways to do this. First, this is the normal way to do this is just by dream jumping out of here and dream jumping out of there and then going up and dream jumping left and then up out of there. I died there, but you still get the gist. I don't think I do it again here, do I? Yeah, you get the gist right here. Um, so here's how I do it. When I'm dashing into this, you see right before or right as I go into the dream block, or right before you go into the dream block, you hold left, and that way, and then you dream jump out of there. So when you're holding left and dream jumping all through this right here, um, it doesn't put you over here. Instead, it puts you in a prime position to just up dash into this hole. Allows you to skip this and remove a big choke point for the run. I personally had a ton of issues with this screen, so removing this makes it really easy. So just a reminder, right before you go into here, hold left, allow yourself to dash through, then keep on holding left, dream jump out of there, hold left still, and then dash up twice. This part is pretty simple. I'll show you how my route differs a little bit. So instead of going for the sidewall here after I dream jump out of here, I just immediately go for this. It's a little bit more risky though. Um, if you just want to play it safe on this one, maybe you die a lot here. Just stick to these sidewalls. For the second one, because I do the first one a little bit short without using that sidewall, I pretty much always have to use the sidewall on this one in order to make this. And then usual stuff. Okay, so right here, this is the biggest choke point of the whole run, besides the end section with the wall bounces and stuff. So right here, I wait for here. Right here, I wait for this guy to be on the left here, and then I go right here. Wait for this guy to be about to come up. Right here, I want to illustrate a very clear difference. So upright, up dash. You see where I land on this wall? Um, this is a really good place to pause to wait for this cycle instead of pausing over here. Allows you to be a lot closer to it, and generally just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to die here just to showcase. So this is what happens. Here, let me go back a little bit. So you can see where I landed right here by using just a right dash and then an up dash. So that's the difference right there. I was a lot higher on this wall when I used the diagonal dash. So in order to clear this and get this more consistently, you want to wait and do a diagonal up dash and then an up dash. So, and then right here, I wait until this guy's about the middle. Here, let me go back just to show you. When he's coming through the middle, right here, I like to do this a little bit weird. I think Eenox did this. Um, and it's a really good way to just do this room. So whenever he's about to come back down, that's when I jump through, just do a full jump through, and then I upright dash, and then I pause for a second here, wait for this guy to go back up, and then I upright dash again. Now I'll show you. You can also do that, just a right dash. Then right here, I wait for this guy to come down and wait a second, and then I up dash. Just continuous up dashes, and then hold rights. And then right here, I just dash right twice because I'm close enough to clear this. So right here, I'll show you the correct strat for this room. But first, I want to show you that this wall bounce right here. I hate GeForce Experience so much. Um, if so, basically, how this works, we're going to slow this down because there's a lot going on here. So my timing cue for jumping off of this is about right here, right here on the red chair. So that's my timing cue. So I want to show you. I jump off right here because it allows me to get the best cycle for these guys right here, so I can jump immediately into this without waiting and having to time it myself. So right here, when immediately going for the spring, this usually happens if you're a little bit low. If you do your jump input too early, because you're going to hold jump throughout the spring, you might accidentally do a wall bounce, thus screwing you up and potentially killing your run here. So don't want that to happen. So now we're in the room. So immediately I fall down to the spring here, and then I upright dash up to this middle post. That allows me to spring back onto this. Here, let's slow it down and just explain play by play. So that allows me to spring back down onto that, and then I fall down here to get the easy token collect. Then I up dash twice in order to catch the spring on a good cycle again. I up dash here in order to get here. I wait for this. Oops. Whatever. Then I wait here for this guy to get into a good position. Then I up dash into here. For some reason, I tend to I'm holding jump throughout this spring. So for some reason, I start to hold jump way the hell back here. So whenever you do this, don't be like me and hold jump way back here and then die because you're being stupid and you wall jump off of this. So anyway, yeah, now we're holding jump here. Now we're going to upright dash and stay on this middle post here so we can catch the spring again. And then we up dash to dodge this guy. This guy should be over here. And then we wait for him to leave. And then we just jump off right there. We need this one dash here to survive this. And then grab the token, wall jump off. If you hit most of these, or even all of those on the way down, it's not really a big deal. Just come out far enough off of this wall, then up dash, and you can make it. Obviously, I was a little bit close there. Most of the time, you're only going to touch the bottom couple of these, so be sure you just jump out far enough to where you don't die. All right, so that's that. Yeah, I think that's all the problems in that room. So right here, this is a very timing-based room too. So this strategy is adapted from Eenox, and also I think a JoJo enthusiast in the Celeste Discord, and I think Owen Pro Golfer helped on this one too. Shout out to all three of those guys: Eenox, a JoJo enthusiast, and Owen Pro Golfer. They really helped me out, and they've been helping me out with all my golden runs, even providing videos. So if you do need some help in addition to this video, be sure to visit the Celeste Discord. I'll leave a link down in the description. They're really helpful group of people, and they're from what I've seen, they're really nice. I don't really participate. I just kind of lurk. Plus, they love Celeste, and Celeste is a good game. Anyway, so right here, I jump off of this, and then immediately you do an up left dash into the spring. Then I do 2 upright dashes to hit this spring, and see how I'm on just a perfect cycle right here. Then I up left dash again into this spring, and then the timing for these two cycles right here is really important. So we're going to up left dash. You don't want to go too far out, too short. You don't want to go too fast, too slow. So in a second, I'll show you how to do this again. But 2 up left dashes, then upright, and it's imperative here that you stop. You stop moving. So you just kind of let yourself free fall in order for this guy to get out of your way. And then once he gets out of your way, you're clear to go and hit that. And that by stopping there, it puts you in a perfect cycle to just go through here and hit this guy. Be sure you don't go like too early or too late there because that could cause this guy to hit you. And then that's the end of that. But I'll go back here just to show you that one, and I'll show you both of these in real time actually. Uh, so just as we discussed. But yeah, once I combined these techniques, I was able to make this room into child's play. It took a lot of ironing out, but I'm glad I finally found that route and made it really easy for me. So you want to note my pace there and listen to how fast I go, and that'll really help you out. Or not listen to how fast I go, but view how fast I go. Um, Actually, let's unmute the desktop audio for that, just for that section. Because in that section, sound really helps. All right, on to this next section here. It's pretty basic. One thing you just want to note is that for this cloud right here, I think one other cloud on the run at the end, you want to do full cloud jumps and just make sure you're getting your full height. So when you do a cloud jump off this, um, shoot. So like you can see how far I vertically went. You don't want to cut it close here. You might want to make sure you get that full height from that cloud jump. Pretty basic stuff. Right here, you want to be sure to be doing climb jumps here. So I actually want to go back just to show you that. One of the biggest dangers on this run, and this part right here, and also on flag 9 of the summit section, is that one issue that I have is that I tend to um, jump too early. So, that's really bad, obviously. Um, so, uh, anyway, I'll jump too early and I won't be holding climb. And that'll just cause me to do a wall jump off of these and throw me into the spikes, which is really bad. So we want to make sure you're doing climb jumps here and make sure you hold climb a little bit longer just to make sure you secure that climb jump. You don't want to be dying there. Right here, this room's a little bit technical on how I proceed through this. But we'll just kind of slow down and show you. A lot of extended super dashes and or hyper dashes. My terminology sucks. I'm sorry. Right here, one thing to note is that when you're doing the certain pace, um, this guy will probably come for you here, the snowball. And when you go right here, it's likely going to target you above right here. But just remember that if you crouch while in the middle of a windstorm or while the wind is affecting you, you'll just sit there. You won't move. So don't be afraid to crouch right here. And as you remember, Madeline actually has a smaller hitbox than herself. Her hitbox is shorter. Um, so, if you think you can crouch under these snowballs, be sure to do it. And after that, I just do a couple of um, hyper dashes there. Whatever. And yeah, it's that. So for this, pretty basic stuff. Be sure in this part you're jumping off of the wall. Right here's where you want to get that full cloud jump and 2 full dashes, just so you don't cut it short and accidentally not reach battling, because that can happen. As for this, the rest of this is pretty basic stuff. I would say the only thing right here is that you see where I pop this bubble here? You don't want to cut it too short here because, as you remember, Madeline's hitbox is shorter than herself. So she's more like right here in terms of hitbox. So when it comes down to it, I was dying a lot down here because I was cutting it too close, too short, too low because I was afraid of going into here. So I've learned to stop being so afraid of this ceiling right here and just kind of take a risk and go a little bit higher than I would normally be comfortable with, and it's paid off in the long run. Uh, Regular stuff right here. I just want to show you the way I do this room. Probably different from you guys, but I like to wall bounce right here, off of the right there where I just showed you. And like as you can see, if you fuck up the wall bounce somehow, you can easily restart just by going back down there. So wall bounce off of here and then dash over here. That's always really easy. Be sure you climb jump off of this, and then don't hold left too early here. I died a lot to holding left too early here. You want to spend as little of your time as possible on this obstacle, climbing. Note where I am when I dash here. So I'm about in line with the dash crystal here. And then that's just a right dash, and then you jump off, right dash, then up dash. That's pretty simple. And then I just climb, jump up. And the rest of this is pretty simple. I would say this right here is a pretty hard obstacle. I do a down right dash here and then up dash. I find this to be pretty difficult right here, so to be careful with this. This one's pretty easy. This right here, I like to dash up left in this corner and then dash down and let the momentum carry me towards it, then jump off. And then, even though I'll probably make it, well, on some occasions, you can go so fast off of this block that you think you might make it, just by speed alone, and not have to dash again to meet this wall. But just to warn you, you should be diagonal up dashing, up left dashing to meet this wall anyway. The reason is that even if you have this massive speed, you may be going too low and just hit these spikes here, or you may just be going so fast that you didn't expect it and you fuck up and die. So I just always like to up left dash right there, and then I climb all the way up, and then I go right here. Okay, now the hard part of the run. So I like to do an extended hyper dash over to here, climb on this wall here. That way we can skip this stuff. Oh my god, it's been so long I don't even remember how to do this part. Oh, it's like a wall bounce off there, and what is that? Oh, you just dash up. Yeah. So you could just extended hybrid dash over here, and then use your two dashes to get up here. Really easy. As for this one right here, you want to extended hybrid dash over to this block, and then jump off and go up here. But let's say like you fuck up your extended hybrid dash, like you come here with only one dash, you just do a regular hybrid dash. Are you screwed? Do you need to commit? No, absolutely not. You have more than enough room to just make it back over here. And then you can just extend it hybrid dash over to here and do that. I'm showing you again. You know, you can't go over there. I fucked this up a couple times. You might want to back up off the flag a little bit here. Just make sure you do it right. But yeah, that's the intended way to do it. Um, and if you need to, you can just extend that hybrid dash over here, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist. Right here, this is all bog standard stuff. Really nothing special here. For this climb up here, so for this one right here, instead of jumping off a wall here, I found that that leads me into spikes. So I just do a couple full climb jumps up to here, and I make it. To position myself for this block, I wall jump off the center of the wall here, and then do uh, two dashes, and that gets me over here. And then right here, you can do a right and then an upright dash, but I'm always kind of paranoid of getting stuck right here and not being able to make it. So I do a right dash and then an up dash, and then just hold right to get over here. One thing you want to remember, if you do fail this flag, you want to be falling over here. You're not going to be able to make it back to the the flag starting point. So you want to try and make it on this block under here. Right there, do stupid fuck up. Right here, up dash, upright dash, up dash, left dash, upright dash, right dash. Simple stuff. Right here, as soon as this first spring right here, you can just immediately go up to Badlands, save some time. Pretty bog standard. Be sure to get a full climb jump off of this, and be sure you're walking off to the left, so you can easily get up there. Actually, that one's pretty hard, so I want to show it again. Most of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Right here, this is one of the harder ones, I would say. Be sure you're just doing neutral jumps. I mean, just regular wall jumps off here, no climb jumps. Right there, be sure you don't accidentally wall bounce off of this wall. Right here, in order to align myself for this comb right here, what I do is I bring myself to the top of this block. I climb all the way to the top, and then I try to aim for about the middle of each one. It feels like you'll end up short if you try and go for the middle, but I promise you, you won't. There's a lot more play here than you would expect, which screwed me up for a long time until I finally learned. So yeah, that's how I get that comb right there a little bit more consistent. As for right here, this is the more difficult one. I fail right here, so I'll just fast forward to that. Um, Pretty simple stuff here. Be careful with that cloud down there. I've died at least like 2 or 3 times to that. Then right here, just be sure this is the flag. Remember that I talked about earlier that you really need to make sure you're climb jumping here. You do not want to wall jump off of these and waste stamina and maybe even die. You don't want to die like that. That's a stupid way to die. So usual stuff. Wall bouncing. Come into here. Not much we can do to save these. But one thing I want to alert you of is a way to save yourself off of these wall bounces. So I'll show you right here. You missed your wall bounce. What do you do? Well, actually, if you climb up to the top of this and then climb jump and then climb jump as soon as you can, so like climb jump early, you can actually clear this. It's pretty incredible. This doesn't work on every flag that requires a wall bounce in 7B, but it can actually save your ass quite a few times. It's really nice. Um, so right here, I can show you what happens if you don't do it right, if you just fuck up. I was a little bit too late on going right there, and that caused me to die. But I'll show you again right here. Yeah, you see how I was too late on that? And you can make that one like that. So you might want to monitor and see where I'm jumping right there. Here, let's go back. Just so I can kind of go frame by frame. So I'm jumping right about there. If you're probably watching this on YouTube, you can use comma and period to go frame by frame, so you can view any tricks frame by frame and just take a look at them if you're confused about anything. This one's pretty simple. Just do a lot of up dashes. Be careful not to screw this one up because you don't want to die here. That would be a pretty terrible feeling. You much rather die like right here or on flag 3, which is the hardest one. So right here, I do an extended hyper dash instead of doing any wall bounce stuff. and then I up dash here, so I have 2 dashes out here. And then instead of wall bouncing here, we can just easily go up and then just climb up there. So I'll show you a couple ways how to do this one. The first one is the demo dash way shown to me by Owen Pro Golfer. So you line yourself up with the edges of the flag barrier here, and then you do a full extended hyper dash and then a demo dash. Uh, and then you can just wall bounce up that and make it easily onto here. It's what he said, what Owens, or they said, I'm not sure what their pronouns are. What Owen said is that, um, ba, 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 lost my train of thought. Um, is that it's the easiest demo dash in the game. So just be aware of that. It's still a demo dash though, so it's not the easiest thing in the world. So I'm just showing you right here where you can bind your crouch dash, aka demo dash, in order to make that work. So what I do is an extended hyper dash there, and then I demo dash. So I press Q. That's what I have it down to. Um, just showing you again. And then right here is the alternate route. You can do extended hyperdash off of that, and then you can just move yourself down this wall. I'll line myself up about right here. I don't have an exact lineup. I can post some. I'll post some links down in the description to some lineups that'll help you out if you want to do this route. But I don't know, when I kind of just estimated it, like on the run where I got golden, I estimated it and just went around here, and just by judging it, I was able to get this wall bounce off. So pretty easy stuff. I just want to show you right here that this is one of the obstacles you can use that recovery tool on, where you climb jump at the very top. So pretty easy. Right here, you don't want to be pressing anything. You just want to let the cloud do the work for you, and it'll line you up perfectly to just dash across that. That's don't do anything there either. Don't do anything there either. Go forward. Wall bounce right there. I mess up right there, but I wanted to show you that actually, if you mess this up too, you can even do the same recovery trick. Awesome, right? But be warned, you barely have enough stamina to get up this thing. So, worst case scenario, if you start failing this, a good thing to know is neutral wall jumps. And basically, the way these work is that you wall jump off of a wall, just a neutral wall jump off of a wall, and then you hold right to come back onto the wall. Um, and you can look that up if you don't know how to do it on YouTube. I think there's a guide for it, and on Celeste wiki. But that's a really good technique you can use in order to in order to help you out on some of these things where you need stamina. Anyway, now to the final section of the climb. On flag 1 here, just take it safe. Don't do anything stupid. You'd hate yourself for it. Right here, I'm just showing you that you want to turn your music all the way down here and turn your sounds up. As for me, though, I don't really need to turn my sounds up. My sounds are already pretty loud enough. For this chapter, or for this section, I'll leave the sounds on just so you could hear. So we'll kind of go through this. Actually, I'll let it speak for itself. You can just kind of feel that rhythm out, and then I'll explain my thought process. All right. we're gonna go back. So basically, right here, I wait to go until blue's about in the middle of its cycle. That was a little bit earlier than I would have liked, but with you jumping on these clouds, you've got two rhythms to kind of balance out. It's kind of wonky, but just try and go, you know, when blue's about to go away, so you can time this correctly. And once you get this timing down over here, you should just be able to immediately go into this. So you saw what I did there. Full cloud jump, dash, dash up dash. Right here, I probably could have gone there, but I decided to wait on this one. This is definitely one of the sections you want to practice a ton, by the way, especially right here. So right here, um, you want to use as little stamina as possible, waste as little stamina as possible, because you're not going to have much to get up here. Some people like to wall jump off of these. I like to just stay on one side and just use stamina. So you can see how I only moved when necessary. And listening to that rhythm and feeling that rhythm is super important for that. And then you just get on top of there. Hasta la vista. You've just done Summit B-side Golden. Very difficult stuff. Probably the hardest thing I've done in any video game. So pat on the back if you've done it. You've definitely earned it. Uh, and yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching this scuffed guide. I hope it was able to help you out a little bit.